Hello world, we are the
Brother Floggers!
We are here to let you know what to watch and who to watch with, and if this movie is groovy. We have done a review of, we haven't done it yet, we're doing a review of Ford v Ferrari, which is V for Versus.
Or Vendetta. No, that
just
kind
versus.
of actually fits.
Kind of. This movie stars a whole bunch of awesome people. It's got Matt Damon, Christian Bale, which is one of my favorite actors of all time, and it's got Josh Lucas and Noah Jupe and just a whole bunch of good actors, and starred or directed by James Mangold, who has done a bunch of...
Or is it Mangold?
Oh, Mangold. I don't know.
I don't know how to pronounce
He is...
it.
This is the ultimate man movie, and with the excellent bromance throughout.
Yes.
We're going to call him James Mangold because he is manly for making this movie.
Made gold out of the movie.
He made lots of gold from this movie. He is the Mangold. The synopsis of this movie is you have a racer, Carroll Shelby, who's unable to race anymore, and Ford comes to him because they're angry at Ferrari and they want to basically race against Ferrari in this big race, 24-hour race, the Le Mans. Something like
French.
That. Yes, I should know that. Any racer is going to be embarrassed on this.
Weird noises in there.
They're going to race in this big race, and they want to be able to beat Ferrari, who wins it every year, year after year after year.
Yeah, and up to this point, Ford hasn't really had a presence in the sports, the top of the line sports car industry.
Yeah. And so this takes place in the 1960s. And the 1960s is just such a beautiful time to make a movie. It is such a cool era. They have great cars, great clothes,
great hair,
history, great hair. It's just a cool, very...
You're born in the wrong generation.
I know. I wanted to be a hippie.
Those are the 70s. No,
it's 60s.
No, it started in the 60s, yeah.
But it's just a really cool time. And the cars in the show, and I'm not a huge car person either.
But these are like the classic of the classic cars.
Oh my gosh.
They're
it is
awesome.
like
Seeing them.
Oh, it's like drool worthy. This is like drool on the face. Love every minute. They show there's a scene where they walk into the Ferrari sports car shop, and it's just like this line of just these gorgeous red Ferraris.
It's like,
oh my gosh.
I want to drive one so bad.
And the sound effects with the car driving in, it's just it really is an awesome man movie. And I think women can like this as well, because they have this great heartwarming piece to it as well. But definitely, this is a guy movie.
It's definitely
through and through.
That's true.
This is with a great bromance between Matt Damon and Christian Bale's characters. They have this awesome relationship that's just funny. They have a fight scene that's hilarious.
Endearing, yeah. It's an awesome relationship.
But it's shot so beautifully, this whole thing, I thought.
It is.
The racing is just... so well filmed. It's just the angles that they have, how they follow the cars.
You really get a feel for being on the racetrack too. Like there's not like any confusion on like what's going on in this race. You can tell what's happening, and all the cars are real. There's no CGI vehicles, which makes it feel more real too. Yeah,
and of course Christian Bale, he's a method actor, so he went out and spent all the time, the hours and hours and hours to learn to drive, so he could pull this movie off and make it real, and he did it.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It's so good. The development of the characters in this movie are amazing. They start them off with their struggles, the things that they're having difficulties with, and then they just develop them into these. You really get to know.
They really characters. Do draw you into the story, and especially Shelby and Miles. You just feel like you really know them by the end of the movie, and you just want them to win.
Yeah, you want them to be successful, and it's all based on a real story, which. Anytime I watch a movie based on a real story, I feel like you're drawn into it a little bit more because you're like,
this really happened?
I wonder if this happened. And you kind of forget this is Hollywood, and they're going to obviously make it
take their own liberties on it. Yeah,
but you want it to be real because you know these were real people. It was actually they had a lot of historical accuracy to this show.
It seemed like they made a pretty good attempt to keep pretty true to the story.
Yeah, I think they did.
What I read.
So. They did. Yeah, and I'm sure if you read it on the internet, it was 100%.
Yeah, they wouldn't lie online, so that couldn't be.
You love the cars, you love the people in it. The acting is just absolutely phenomenal. The bad guy in this, there's not really a bad guy, but they kind of slam
there's two
on
antagonists. Yeah, there's the corporate bad guys, and then there's the Ferrari bad guys. So
yeah, that's true. In this movie, the corporate guys is kind of a slam on corporate America a little bit, which I didn't really love because I think they show these big rich guys as kind of the bad guys, and the one guy, the vice president, played by Josh Lucas, he's such a jerk.
BB or whatever his name is.
Yeah, but
he's the real antagonist.
He really is.
Because Ford is like, I just want to win, and he has these opposing opinions between BB and Shelby, and he's just trying to figure out. He's like, I just want to win.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's good and sometimes he's bad, depending on what he chooses.
Yeah, and he is, and they're a good actor when you just hate him by the end of the movie.
Yeah.
You just want to slap this guy in the face. You're just like,
and you want to slap Josh Lucas in the face by the end.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Josh Lucas. That's the one I want to slap.
That's what I figured. But
what'd you think I wanted to slap?
I was just clarifying.
Oh yeah, I want to slap Josh Lucas.
And agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Perfect. We are in agreement. Probably as far as dislikes, there's a little bit of cussing, which isn't. It wasn't terrible. Apparently, there's a couple F words, but it's like so under the breath.
I think Christian Bale says it with his British accent, and so it sounds
nobody
like just like dirty British words.
Yeah, such a great. I mean, naturally, he has a British accent. He's from England, I think, somewhere over in Europe.
I don't know where he's from.
But he does a kind of a different British accent, and it's great. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I think it's like a dirty London accent.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I don't know my British accents.
His character though, just like his lines and the way he delivers them, he did such an awesome job.
So good. And Matt Damon does awesome.
They both did, yeah.
I don't feel like I've seen Matt Damon anything really good as of recent, but this is the Matt Damon. This is like the Matt Damon we all grew to love. That is just a really good actor and does a really good job in a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
he's awesome in this.
There's not really much to dislike.
No, I think probably the only thing I disliked a little bit was just kind of the slam on corporate America. Not all business leaders are jerks like this, but they kind of show it like this is a big businessman, and that's all they care about is not the humans, but the numbers and the media and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there probably are some like that.
That's true.
I don't feel like they're saying necessarily corporate America. I think they're slamming more on just Ford's corporate.
Yeah, that's true. Just how Ford handled things.
Or at least how they operated in the 60s. I'm sure they fixed it by now.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not like that at all.
If not, then they'll fix it after this movie.
That's right. Overall, the movie is just awesome. So I'm going to have to give this one a big 2 thumbs up. It's like big ones. If I could make my thumb bigger, it would be bigger. Huge thumbs up. This is an awesome movie. I think anybody could enjoy it. If you're a dude or a guy, whichever one, you'll really enjoy this movie.
Or a
duder guy, yeah. You're going to really enjoy this movie. It's fun, even though there's parts that aren't fast-paced. It took 40 minutes into the movie, I watched my clock, to when they kind of make the deal to do the race. But you enjoy it the whole time, even though it's not super fast-paced.
It's not... Well, it is fast. Because
it is fast-paced.
200 miles an hour, but the plot it's definitely a little bit more plotting, but it's great. It's entertaining.
It's just so...
and the characters are just so good. You don't even notice that it's not a lot's happening other than...
No, you don't.
Character development.
Yeah, the characters develop. The races are awesome. They have part of the races in the rain, and how they filmed it, I don't know, but it was awesome. It was so intense.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was so cool. With the rain, the windshield wiper going.
And the engine noises.
Yeah, it was great. It was good.
Yeah.
What'd you give it?
Oh, yeah. I would also give it 2 thumbs up. It was just amazing. Rotten Tomatoes agrees with 98%, or at least right now, are saying they liked it.
Loving it.
Critics, too, are 92%, which, if they agree, it usually means it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
On Rotten Tomatoes.
They're pretty harsh on movies.
Yeah, they are.
Age appropriate, I would think that...
What, 12 and up?
Yeah, I think a PG-13 is appropriate. I think this 13. Is appropriate.
I'd let a 12-year-old watch it.
Yeah, and again, there's a little bit of language, but it's not really that strong or noticeable.
It's not that overt, and it wasn't a ton, I don't think.
No, and so I think for 13, 14 up, I think you're totally fine with this one. If you have a couple guy friends, I would watch this with a couple guy friends, and then watch it a second time with your wife. But that's what I think I would do, because it's fun to watch this one with guys, I think. Because of the movies, you can drool and salivate over the the cars afterwards.
Oh, that's a sweet car.
Oh man, they are such nice cars. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed this review and hope it was beneficial for you in knowing what to watch and if the movie is groovy. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave in the comments below whether you like Ford or Ferrari better and what movie you would like us to review next. That would be great. So we'll see you at the next movie.